Hi everyone, my name is Joely, and I'm here to share some insights on the story behind the numbers of an American fast casual chain restaurant, Sweetgreen Incorporation. Enterprise profile and background of Sweetgreen. Let's start with the story of Sweetgreen. Sweetgreen has firmly established its presence with over 1,000 locations across 20 states, including Washington, D.C. It serves some numerous communities in 150 cities in the United States. Its financial strength is evident with 153.4 million in revenue for Q3 2023 alone. Its partnership network boasts over 200 domestic food suppliers, ensuring a diverse and rich menu. Most notably, Sweetgreen's commitment to customer relationship is reflected in an impressive 95% retention rate over a 90 days active period, which highlights its success in delivering value and quality to their customers. Speaking of the business nature, Sweetgreen embodies the intersection of community, food, and lifestyle. Its commitment to eco-friendly practice and vibrant company culture shines through in everything from their events to their digital platform ordering. Since 2007, Sweetgreen has stood as a pioneer in fast casual dining, prioritizing convenience, transparency, and support for local agriculture. They believe they are more than just food, a food with purpose that inviting customers to enjoy the sweet life and contribute to a healthier community and planet. In terms of the business environment of Sweetgreen, by using Porter's five force theory, we can see Sweetgreen's market focus barriers like strong brand loyalty and prime locations, but scalability may attract new competitors. And the supplier have a moderate to high bargaining power due to Sweetgreen's reliance on limited numbers of quality suppliers for local and organic ingredients. In a crowded fast casual market, Sweetgreen competes fiercely in quality, sustainability, and brand values. Substitutes like home-cooked meals and meal kits pose a high threat, but Sweetgreen's focus on quality and sustainability reduce the threat. The buyers have a higher bargaining power, but the demand for healthy, sustainable food favors Sweetgreen. So in summary, Sweetgreen must prioritize sustainability, customer service, and strategic growth to maintain competitiveness in its dynamic environment. Let's have a look at Sweetgreen's financial position and shareholder equity overview by reviewing their balance sheet and statement of stockholders' equity filed in 2022. From this balance sheet, we can see it represents the composition of a company financial structure showing the relative proportions of assets, liabilities, and equity. The assets constitute 50% of total, liabilities make up 20.2%, and equity accounts for 29.8%. Now let's take a look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet details three key assets categories: cash and cash equivalents, operating lease assets, net property, and equipment. These figures demonstrate Sweetgreen's financial strategies and resources allocation for their business operations. In terms of the liability and stockholders' equity, as for its operation lease liability, which are split between current and long-term obligations, reflects their strategy of leasing rather than owning properties. The accumulated deficit is a common scenario for growth-oriented companies that may initially operate at a loss. Lastly, additional paying capital represents investor confidence and capital raised to support the company expansion and growth. Now, let's have a further observation by reviewing its common size balance sheet. From the few key items that we can see the cash and cash equivalent dropped. That signals potential investment or liability payments. As for account receivable, it remains stable that indicates consistent credit management. Overall, a notable shift from current to long-term assets or a reduction in current assets was observed, which impacts on the company liquidity. If we look at the statement of stockholders of equity for Sweetgreen, here are some findings. First, Sweetgreen has plans to potentially issue more shares for capital, considering the impact on ownership and market conditions. This is in alignment with its long-term growth strategy. Secondly, the company has not distributed dividends and does not plan to start soon. This is detailed in their 10-K report. Last, accumulated losses have surpassed any profit. This adds to the accumulated deficit and negatively impacting equity. So moreover, Sweetgreen's net loss has expanded significantly. This underscores the need to manage expense and move toward profitability for financial stability. By authorizing Sweetgreen's 2022 financial analysis, which reveals a strategic emphasis on liquidity and asset management. The liability-to-equity ratio surged to 5.44, and consecutive years of negative stockholders' equity signals potential financial stress. Despite these challenges, Sweetgreen achieved a 2022 market capitalization of approximately $1.08 billion, accompanied by the market-to-book ratio of approximately 15.93. These figures reveals a positive market settlement and expectation of future growth. Now let's take a look at Sweetgreen's financial performance by looking into its statement of income. Now, let's talk about the financial performance of Sweetgreen by using their latest filed statement of income. From the last statement of income of Sweetgreen, we can see it is demonstrating a pattern of growth with increasing revenue. This likely is from new store openings and higher sales at existing locations. However, the company faces significant operating costs, particularly in food, beverage, and packaging and labor. Although those expenses are natural for restaurant industry, but require efficient management, which could be a potential stress for Sweetgreen in the future. While the general and administrative expenses also formed a large part of operating cost, Sweetgreen's strategic financial management has led to a decrease in net losses over recent years, which indicates a move toward profitability. Now let's take a look at the common size statement of income. of Sweetgreen, we can see that the company is experiencing an increase in revenue, likely due to the expanding its presence and achieve higher sales. However, the company is currently operating at a loss, which is a common scenario for the business in the expansion mode. Despite these losses, there is a positive sign in the form of a consistent decrease in net losses over the years, which indicates that Sweetgreen is making strides toward achieving profitability in the future. Here are some observations from the income statement. Although the Sweetgreen's revenue is growing, the persistent net losses are linked to the expansion and operational cost. And then we can also see the EPS improve from a loss of 8.80 in 2020 to 5.51 in 2021. But Sweetgreen's stock price did not follow this trend, which indicates other factors affect investment sentiment. While Sweetgreen's profit margins are improving, it still operates at a loss compared to its competitors like Chopped, which is consistently profitable. In summary, Sweetgreen's growth-focused strategy involves strategic investments for competitive advantages. Its success depends on balancing growth with cost control for sustainable profitability in the fast casual dining industry. Next, let's move to the cash flow analysis. Let's have some insights of the statement of cash flow of Sweetgreen. Sweetgreen has reported significant operating losses in recent years, with noteworthy non-cash expense like stock-based compensation and depreciation and amortization affecting the net loss figures. Furthermore, the appearance of impairment of closure cost and non-cash restructuring charges in 2022 indicates potential operational or structural changes during the year. Now let's have a further analysis from the statement of cash flow. Sweetgreen's financial situation has presented a mixed picture over the last 3 fiscal years, which overshadowed by rising expense leading to net losses. Their operating cash flows has been negative, which indicates that Sweetgreen's core operations are not generating sufficient cash. The net income reflects an actual cash movement due to operations and non-cash adjustments. The company has been investing in long-term assets, which is necessary for future expansion to support their growth. Despite this, as of late 2022, their short-term obligation outweigh the net cash from operations, but raising the concern about their ability to meet liability. By further reviewing Sweetgreen's financials, which shows a liquidity squeeze with its credit ratio dropping from 9.98 to 4.62 year-over-year, and a jump in liabilities to equity ratio from 0.23 to 5.44, which underscores increased leverage. The company's short-term financial obligations also outweighs its cash flow. Despite these challenges, Sweetgreen maintains a substantial equity-backed asset base, with 59.5% of assets financed through equity and a working capital position, which reflects investor confidence in its strategic growth potential. In conclusion, Sweetgreen's rising revenues contrast with its increasing net losses and liquidity challenges with the high leverage strategy drawing investor confidence despite short-term financial strength and questions about profitability. Thank you for your time. It's my pleasure to share insights of Sweetgreen financial statement with you.